Welcome to another video tutorial for Kling AI. Today I'm talking about Kling AI version 2.0. The interface has also changed recently. Now, you need a few extra steps to get here and click Create. Now, we are actually in the interface where we can generate something. Let's check the image model first, then we'll try the video model. The colors model had a few versions before, but now it's at version 2.0. Here you can add a prompt. You can type it yourself, use ChatGPT, or even use the DeepSeek. I'll show you in a few minutes how to use that. You have a few tabs here that I'll also explain later, so let's focus on just text to image for now. Choose your ratio from here. I want landscape since I create long-form videos, not shorts. For how many images you want to generate, maybe 4 should be enough. I'll choose high resolution. With these settings, it costs 1 credit per image, so 4 credits for all 4 generations. Click Generate, and it will start generating all the images. Depending on how many people are on the server, it took me about half a minute. Let's open the first one. It captured all the text I asked for, though some details aren't as sharp. You can decide on the next step from here, whether you want to generate a new video, upscale, inpaint, etc. To go to the next image, you can either click here or go back and select another one. Out of all of them, I think this one looks the best. I tried the same prompt in ChatGPT, and it gave me this. ChatGPT is more detailed, but it gave me a 2:3 ratio since it doesn't yet know how to do a 16:9 ratio. I also tried with ComfyUI and the Flux model, and it gave me this design. Just for this seed, it didn't put the 2.0 number there. The good part about the Flux model is that I can upscale it to make a bigger and clearer image. So I decided to go with this version so I can download it. If you have premium, you can download without a watermark if you enable this option. What was surprising is that the image generated is quite large, slightly bigger than 2K, which is nice. It still has some issues, like in certain areas it lacks enough detail. I tried to upscale it with Kling AI, but it doubled the size of the image and lost some details instead of adding more. So the upscaler isn't very good. I decided to use ComfyUI and Flux locally to upscale it and add extra details. You can see when I move the mouse to the right, the upscaled version and how the details changed. If I adjust the denoise, I can get even more changes. See how it fixed some of the problems that Kling AI didn't address. This is the final version that I'll use. Let's go make a video from it. Click on video generation. By default, it goes to image to video since that gives the best results. You can then upload your image. As of now, we don't have the end frame for version 2, so we can only use the start frame. What should we put for the prompt? Let's use some AI help for that. Click on DeepSeek, and here you can chat with DeepSeek. I will ask for a prompt using my own words since it will understand as it's smart enough and tell it how I want it to be. When I click on this button, the model will start thinking, so let it finish. Once it's ready, it will give you a prompt. You can select that text, or even better, you can copy the prompt if you need it for something else. But the easiest way is to just click on Use Prompt, and it will add it here for you. Sometimes you get these settings about the camera that you can change, such as how the camera acts, whether it rotates or is handheld. It's quite useful. Then you have the negative prompt, where you add things you don't want to see in the video. For duration, you only have 5 and 10 seconds. 10 seconds is 200 credits. And 5 seconds is 100 credits. That's a lot of credits. So I hope they reduce that over time. Click Generate and wait. Depending on how many people are generating videos, this morning it said 32 minutes, and now it says 11 minutes. So it's much slower than the previous model. For example, here's a video I generated earlier. I'm using this image of a business robot that I need for an upcoming tutorial on the Pixaroma channel. I asked for dollars to fall from above to test if it can introduce new items into the scene that aren't visible. And look at that. It's actually pretty good. I have dollars coming in from both the front and the back, giving it nice dimension. Let's talk about the cost. If I select the older model, version 1.6, it needs 35 credits to generate a 5-second video, and you have extra options like the end frame. Compared to version 2, which requires 100 credits, you can make 3 videos with the older model instead of just 1 with version 2. Now, Why should you use version 2 when it's so expensive? Well, sometimes a scene is so complex that Model 1.6 can't handle it. I've had times when I tried 5 different variations hoping to get a video, but with Model 2, I'm sure it can do it in one try. However, Model 1.6 isn't bad. If you prompt carefully and use a slow cinematic camera and movement, you can get good results, especially if the subjects are close up. Like in this example, it doesn't do complex movement, so it doesn't have any glitches. Here's another example. Look how good it came out. And it's still made with Model 1.6, as you can see here. Another example, for close-up things that are moving slowly, it can do a great job at a third of the cost of Model 2. So the video is still generating. It needs a few more minutes. Let's test how good it is with text to video. I will use DeepSeek again since it's much easier, and I'll ask for a prompt. A geisha robot walking in a fantasy alley with sakura flowers. Let it think, and now we have a new prompt. It looks interesting, but you can always refine the request. For example, I asked for it to be more epic and cinematic, and it gave me another prompt. I'll copy the prompt to have it on my clipboard since I want to use it again on a different platform. Then I click Use Prompt to have it added here. I'll use a 5-second duration and a landscape ratio and click Generate. Goodbye, 100 credits. I will miss you. Now it says it will take around 6 minutes, less than the image to video, so maybe there are fewer people online now. I'll go to OpenAI and use Sora just to compare. I click on video and paste the same prompt we used on Kling. Same landscape and quality, 720p. For a duration of 5 seconds and one variation, I'll create the video, add it to the queue, and see which one finishes first. A few more minutes for the Kling AI video. Okay, the Sora video finished first. The result is this one, but it didn't add the floating petals that I asked for. It doesn't seem to have many glitches, but the hands aren't perfect. It looks like a scene from a game. The Kling AI video is ready. Actually, this looks pretty good, and the walking is more realistic than on Sora. I have those flying petals that I asked for, and it looks interesting. On Sora, those are missing, and it didn't capture the futuristic look very well. Plus, Sora always adds a watermark, at least on the team subscription that I'm using. So let's download the generated video. Now, the size seems smaller than on the previous model. It's HD size, as you can see here, but if I look at another video generated with the 1.6 model, it's full HD size. So we get better prompt understanding with the new model, but the size is smaller, it's slower, and it's more expensive. Okay, it finally finished, and the generation is good. We have the slow cinematic camera, the smoke, and particles, like I asked for. Let's do another test. I will go to image generation and use Kohler's version 2 model. Again, I'll use DeepSeek to make it easier. And let's do a cute panda doing Kung Fu. I got this detailed prompt for what I asked. I'll click Use Prompt. I'll go with the landscape ratio, select 4 versions so I have options to choose from, and choose high resolution. Then I'll click Generate. In half a minute, the generations are ready. Now, what I noticed is that the generations are very similar to the actual Kung Fu Panda character from the animation. They even added the same clothes, but I didn't ask for the Kung Fu Panda character from the movie. If I ask for a panda doing Kung Fu, I want something original, not something that could cause copyright or trademark issues. I like the pose and this version, but if we look at the original Kung Fu Panda, we see the same clothes on the character. So that's not quite okay. I would understand it if I asked for that character, but I didn't, and I got that. For the next step, I'll click on Generate Video, and that will add the image for me here in the Image to Video tab as the start frame. All I need now is a prompt. Once again, DeepSeek is very useful. Let's ask for some Kung Fu moves. I'll click on Use Prompt, and now we'll lose another 100 credits. It says it will take 12 minutes, so let's see what else we can do while we wait. Let's go to image generation. I see here that we can upload an image reference. So let's say I open this portrait of the woman. Now it asks me to accept some rules like copyright and other stuff, which they actually broke when they used the Kung Fu Panda character in training, but okay, let's agree. For the Restyle tab, we have some suggestions. I can refresh a few times and see all kinds of styles we can try. I think it might work with more styles than what they show, but let's test with some recommended ones. For example, for anime style, when I click it, it gives me this prompt that says change to anime cartoon style. So it seems it costs 2 credits per image when using Restyle. Let's do 2 images since credits are expensive, and I'd rather use them for video. I hit generate and wait for the images to be generated. Let's also click on the 3D cartoon style. As you can see, it replaced the prompt here, so I can generate for that style as well. Let's see what we got. For the anime cartoon style, it's not so similar to my image. Besides the red shirt, it didn't capture the hair like I wanted. For the 3D cartoon style, the result is much better, so I like this one more because it captured the essence of the woman. Let's refresh to see more styles. We have poetic anime, which sounds interesting and looks a little different from cartoon anime. Let's test it. For this one, it actually added an artist's name that is, in fact, the founder of Studio Ghibli, and we've seen an explosion of generated images with ChatGPT recently. Let's generate, though I don't approve of the use of living artists or studios in the prompts for this one. The result is much better than the previous anime style. So yes, that poetic anime is just Ghibli style undercover. If we go to the face tab, it will start detecting the face. As you can see here, we have a face reference where you can adjust how strong the resemblance should be to the original face. You could also use the subject tab if you want the body to be considered as well, and it will give you an extra slider for that. Let's say I set it to 70% similarity to the original face. For the prompt, I'll just write something simple like portrait of a woman in the jungle. For the ratio, I'll go with square and 2 outputs. Then I'll click generate. The result is surprisingly good. The woman looks similar to the reference image, even though the hair is different in some of the images, but I didn't prompt for the hairstyle, so that's okay. Not bad at all. Let's increase the reference to 100% to see what happens. I'll generate again. The result is really good. Seems quite effective for photorealistic images. As you saw, it used the old model for the face. If I switch to the new model, I only have the Restyle tab option. So the new model doesn't have the face, subject, and other options like the old model does. Let's select the new model again and try one more restyle with it. I'll choose this classic cartoon style. The prompt changes to Disney animation, which I try to avoid in my prompts, but I guess in China, anything is possible. Let's generate. The result is quite nice, actually. It looks good. When you hover over the image, you have more options. Let's try expand to see how it works. You can have a free ratio, but I'll select a landscape one. I'll do 2 outputs and click expand. The expand, or outpaint as we call it in other AI tools, works pretty well. You can now generate a video from here if you want, since it's in the right ratio. The other outpaint isn't as good as the first one, but it's okay. Let's test the inpaint to see how this works. You can use box selection to select the area you want, or you can use a brush selection to paint the area. And you can use this button to clear the selection. I'll add a box selection on the left, and let's say I want a red bus there. I realize that a bus might not fit well in that area, so I want it to be more tricky to see how it handles it. Let's see what we get. For this one, it's not that bad. Maybe the bus is a little too red and not blurred enough. For the other version, it failed. So in tricky situations, it can fail. I tried with generative fill in Photoshop to see if it could handle it better, and in fact, it did a worse job than Kling, and usually Photoshop is pretty good at some of these things. Finally, the panda video is ready. It almost got it. What's better in version 2 is the camera movement and how the face is quite consistent. However, for fast animation, the hands and the stick got lost, so it failed there. Maybe in future versions, they can improve that as well. But if you have slow movement, play with the camera, and avoid too much hand movement, it usually does a good job, much better than the previous model anyway. Let's do one more test. This time, I'm uploading this image as a thank you to the members who subscribe to my YouTube membership. So thank you, Titans, for your support. I will use DeepSeek to generate prompts. Now, what ChatGPT does better is that I can actually upload an image and ask for a prompt and how the camera is moving, and it will describe the prompt accurately. But with DeepSeek, I don't have the option to add the image, so it can adapt the prompt for that image. So with ChatGPT, I sometimes get better, more accurate prompts. And of course, it doesn't give me prompts in Chinese by mistake like DeepSeek did here. I think this prompt is good enough, so I'll use it. Let's generate. It kept the text on the flag consistent. Even though the flag is moving, I can still see the text, which is very hard to do. Some of the leaves have some mistakes, but the rest is quite nice. So in conclusion, at this price, it doesn't really seem worth it. Only sometimes when you have something more complex in mind, because it produces smaller videos and is more expensive. Also, for the colors model, some types of art styles work well, like realistic ones, but some styles don't do as well. The upscaler isn't very good, and the face reference is good, but only the old model has it. The expand or outpaint option is okay, and the inpaint is also acceptable. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and a comment if you found something useful. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Discord.